Welcome to the history of the greatest ancient civilization, which is the Egyptian civilization. We will talk about the 10 strangest beliefs of the pharaohs. Number 6 will amaze you.
The Pharaonic civilization is one of the most important civilizations in human history, and it lasted for more than 3,000 years. The pharaohs had strange and interesting beliefs and customs, which were indicative of a way of life very different from what we live today. In this journalistic topic, we will talk about the strangest beliefs that the pharaohs had, including their customs in daily life and their religious, medical, and cultural beliefs. In this topic, we will discuss several strange beliefs, such as the custom of shaving one's hair and beard, the belief that only the gods had gold, and many other beliefs that reflect a completely different way of life than what we know today. The 10 strangest beliefs of the pharaohs. 1. The pharaohs had an interesting custom where they would always shave their hair and beards. In the event of the death of a pharaoh, his hair and beard were shaved off and placed in his coffin with him. The practice of pharaohs shaving their hair and beards and placing them in their coffins upon death is indeed a fascinating aspect of ancient Egyptian culture. The Egyptians had a deep-seated belief in the afterlife, and they believed that preserving certain elements of the deceased's physical appearance was crucial for a successful journey to the afterlife. The tradition of shaving the hair and beard was linked to the concept of ritual purity. Egyptians associated hair with impurities and believed that removing it symbolized a purification of the body. The act of shaving also served as a symbolic gesture of transformation, signifying the transition from the earthly realm to the divine afterlife. When a pharaoh died, his body underwent an elaborate embalming process, and the removal of the hair and beard was part of this ritual. The shaven hair and beard were carefully preserved and placed in the pharaoh's burial chamber or coffin. These items were considered essential elements for the deceased's identity in the afterlife. The ancient Egyptians believed in a complex journey through the afterlife, where the deceased would encounter various challenges and judgment scenes. To ensure a successful passage, they provided the deceased with a range of items, including personal belongings, food, and symbolic representations of body parts like the shaven hair and beard. The practice of shaving and preserving hair was not exclusive to pharaohs, but extended to other elite individuals in ancient Egyptian society. It reflected the profound religious and cultural beliefs surrounding death, the afterlife, and the preservation of the individual's identity in the eternal realm. 2. They believed that the dead could use real things in the afterlife, so paintings and daily tools were placed in the coffins of the pharaohs. In ancient Egyptian beliefs, it was thought that the deceased would continue to exist in the afterlife and would require various items they had used in their earthly life. This belief led to the practice of placing a variety of objects, including paintings, sculptures, furniture, and daily tools, in the tombs and coffins of pharaohs and other elite individuals. The Egyptians believed in an afterlife where the soul would need these items for sustenance and comfort. The inclusion of such items in burial sites was meant to ensure a smooth transition for the deceased into the afterlife. This practice is evident in the elaborate burial rituals and the construction of tombs filled with a wealth of items to accompany the deceased in the journey beyond death. 3. The pharaohs used honey as an anesthesia during surgical procedures. They also used essential oils and herbs for anesthesia. The ancient Egyptians had some knowledge of plants and medicinal substances and used a variety of herbs and oils for various medicinal purposes. 4. The pharaohs believed that bread was sacred, and they believed that neglecting or wasting it meant insulting God. While it is true that bread held significant cultural and religious importance in ancient Egypt, the claim that neglecting or wasting it was considered insulting to God needs to be approached with caution. The exact beliefs and cultural practices of ancient civilizations can be challenging to decipher, and interpretations may vary. Bread was indeed a staple food in ancient Egypt, and it held symbolic importance in religious and funerary rituals. The Egyptians believed in a multitude of deities, and offerings of food, including bread, were made to these gods as part of religious ceremonies. Bread was often included in burial rituals, where it was placed in tombs to provide sustenance for the deceased in the afterlife.
5. The pharaohs believed that the sun was a god and they worshipped it. Absolutely, the ancient Egyptians revered the sun as a deity, known as Ra. It played a central role in their religious beliefs and was considered a powerful force responsible for life and creation. The pharaohs often associated themselves with the sun god, reinforcing their divine connection and portraying the ruler as a link between the heavens and the earthly realm. The worship of Ra went beyond a celestial body. It symbolized the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Temples, such as the famous Karnak temple in Luxor, were dedicated to the sun god, reflecting the significance of solar worship in Egyptian society. The daily rising and setting of the sun were seen as manifestations of Ra's journey through the underworld, further emphasizing the religious importance attached to solar events in ancient Egyptian culture. Here are number 6 that will amaze you. The pharaohs slept on pillows made of stones. In the time of pharaohs, comfort took on a different meaning. Picture this: a pillow, not of down or cotton, but of stone. Yes, the ancient Egyptians, including pharaohs, slept on pillows carved from stone. At first glance, it may seem like an uncomfortable choice, but let's delve into the logic behind it. These stone pillows were shaped in a way to support the neck, not the head, promoting a straight spine. The design was not just about physical health, but spiritual beliefs, too. The Egyptians believed that the head was the spiritual center of the body, and so, to protect it from evil spirits while they slept, they used these hard, high pillows. A testament to ingenuity and spiritual reverence, these stone pillows are a fascinating aspect of ancient Egyptian culture. So, next time you fluff your feather pillow, remember the pharaohs and their stone pillows. A different time, a different comfort. Number 7. The very strange thing is that the pharaohs believed that the stars were the souls of the dead, and they would watch them at night. In the black canvas of the night sky, the ancient pharaohs of Egypt saw more than just twinkling stars. They believed these radiant lights were the souls of the departed, a celestial testament to the cycle of life and death. Each night, they gazed upon this starry spectacle, finding comfort, guidance, and perhaps a sense of immortality. This belief was rooted in their profound respect for the cosmos. They viewed the universe as a grand tapestry, intricately woven with the threads of time, life, and the afterlife. The stars, they believed, were the final resting place for souls that had completed their earthly journey. So the next time you find yourself under a starlit sky, remember the ancient pharaohs. Imagine what they might have felt as they watched the stars, the souls of their ancestors, their friends, their loved ones, shining down on them, silently narrating tales from the afterlife. Remember, every star has a story. Maybe, just maybe, it's a story of a soul that once walked to... Number 8. The pharaohs believed that sacred animals, such as the crocodile and the ram, could send messages from the gods to humans. Indeed, in ancient Egyptian culture, certain animals held symbolic significance, and they were believed to have connections to deities. The crocodile and ram were among those considered sacred, often associated with specific gods conveying divine messages. The Egyptians associated Sobek, the crocodile god, with protection and fertility. Rams were linked to Amun, representing fertility and kingship. Temples dedicated to these gods showcased rituals and reverence toward these sacred animals, reflecting the profound role they played in religious beliefs. Number 9. They had a strange belief about the afterlife, as they believed that people who died needed their bodies in the afterlife, so the bodies were kept in wooden coffins decorated with gold and precious stones. Indeed, the ancient Egyptians had a complex belief system regarding the afterlife. They practiced mummification to preserve the body, as they believed it was necessary for the soul's journey to the afterlife. Elaborate coffins adorned with gold and precious stones were used to honor and protect the deceased in the next realm. The meticulous preservation process reflected their profound spiritual convictions. Number 10. The pharaohs had a wide range of games, including Set, a strategy game similar to chess. They also played swordplay, a game similar to judo. While ancient Egyptians did engage in various games, there is no historical evidence supporting the claim that they played a game similar to chess called set. Chess originated much later, around the 6th century in India. As for swordplay, while martial training existed, it's important to note that the principles of judo as we know them today were developed in Japan much later, in the late 19th century. The specific games and sports in ancient Egypt may have included senet, a popular board game, and wrestling. Now we have reached the end of this exciting video, but did you know that these facts are not the end? Rather, there are many facts about the ancient Egyptian civilization that are very, very exciting. If you want to know more than that, write us a comment and press the subscribe and like button so that everything new arrives. Thank you for watching.